AITA for throwing my cousin out of my room after she stole my medicine. My aunt, 44F, and my cousin, 15F, lost their home in a fire 2 weeks ago. They're living us now. My aunt is sleeping on the couch. My cousin was sharing my room. I take levothyroxine for my Hashimoto's disease/hypothyroidism. My cousin heard from someone that levothyroxine makes you lose weight. So she stole my medicine. I woke up one morning and saw that it wasn't there. I panicked. I don't like delaying taking it for too long because the earlier I take it, the earlier I can eat. It's recommended to not eat too soon after taking it. I looked everywhere but couldn't find it. There was almost a full month's worth in there. I went a week without taking it. Yesterday, I found it in her stuff. 6 pills were left. She took about 2 weeks of levothyroxine in a week. I take a pretty high dose, and that isn't safe for her. I was mad. I packed her stuff and threw it out of my room. I'm not letting her back in. My mom says that there are guests and we should be hospitable. My cousin is mad and says I should share my stuff. We don't have an empty guest room and she has to sleep on the floor. Am I the asshole? NTA. I wouldn't share a room with a thief either, but it's also a crime to take someone else's prescription even with their permission. Hopefully you told your mom and your aunt what happened. I take the same medicine. She needs to speak to a doctor right away. That stuff is dangerous taken like that. That is a serious issue. Please tell them right away. Piggybacking on one of the top comments. I also have Hashimoto's and I'm in med school. Taking a high dosage of levothyroxine is super dangerous, because the full effects of the drug is after 3 weeks. It is a prodrug and it takes time to unfold its full effects. Not only is she probably overdosed, she can actually enter an overdose stage called thyrotoxic crisis, which is an emergency. She should immediately go to a doctor. It is possible she will experience tachycardia up to tachyarrhythmia, which can lead to heart insufficiency. She will overheat and be possibly dehydrated. This is nothing to kid around with. Take her to the doctor immediately. NTA. But this is dangerous. You need to inform your doctor now. I have the same condition and both you and her are in danger here. Oh my god, NTA. She stole your medicine and took practically all of it. Put herself at risk. More importantly, put you and maybe your ability to even get the medication refilled at risk. You are not even relevantly close to TA. However, it is so insanely concerning that a 15-year-old girl took her cousin's medication, most definitely overdosed on it, which may cause a myriad of complications, and luckily didn't die. All for the sake of weight loss. I'm not saying your cousin isn't an R, because she is big time. However, she needs help because stealing and taking somebody else's medication for weight loss is a giant red flag. Also, any person in your family is a ginormous R if they're not raising hellfire about the whole fuckedness of this situation. 2 people in this situation were put at high risk, and it's insanely neglectful to not recognize it. NTA. Did you tell your mom what happened? The fact that your cousin took a medication without any adult looking at the possibly harm it could have done to her kinda is unsettling. AITA for hanging a photo of my family, including boyfriend, in my apartment. My boyfriend, 32M, recently moved into my, 27F, apartment. We have been dating for a while, a little more than a year, and decided that it was time to make things serious. I have a daughter, 6F, who also lives with me and visits with her father every other weekend. I work in a quite demanding job and my daughter used to either stay with my parents or be at a daycare while I worked. However, with the current state of the world, my boyfriend has been able to keep an eye on her mostly. I'm still in the house, but he's been doing stuff when I'm not able to, like checking what she's doing for school and making her lunch. She's also taken an interest in music and my boyfriend used to be in a band his teenage years and she's fascinated by that and they spend a lot of time playing the guitar together. So they've gotten pretty close and they are quite fond of each other. As my boyfriend has moved in, we've taken to redecorating a bit to make it our space and I put a frame of the 3 of us, me, daughter, and boyfriend, in the living room. It's a sweet photo of a happy day that we are all fond of. There are other photos around the house with my boyfriend and there's a few of my boyfriend teaching my daughter the guitar, stuff like that. I don't have any photos of my ex around the apartment, but in my daughter's room, we've hung photos of her and her dad, They were always there. My ex and I have a complicated history, but we are now cordial. The other day, when my ex came to pick up our daughter for the weekend, he noticed the changes in the pictures. I didn't really notice until later, but he left kind of mad. He then called me around midnight and ranted to me about how disrespectful it is to have a family-style photo with him not including in any of them, and how it's going to negatively affect our daughter's relationship with him, and that I'm purposefully trying to alienate our daughter from him. Apparently, our daughter also has started talking about my boyfriend a lot in front of her father, and that rubbed him the wrong way. He wants me to remove the photos or add a photo with the three of us. Him, me and our kids, both requests which I've refused. Am I the asshole? NTA unless he agrees to have a photo of you, your daughter and your boyfriend at his place. Without him, OFC. NTA, you said you put photos of him and your daughter in her bedroom so he's not been cut out. Why would you want to have pictures of him in other areas of your home? He's your ex. Of course your daughter is going to talk about your boyfriend. Your ex needs to get over himself. NTA, sounds like you. Your boyfriend and your daughter have a fantastic setup and it's great how they're bonding over music. You would only be an asshole if you prevented your daughter from having any photos of her dad, which you aren't, as she has photos in her bedroom, so in no way are you an asshole. NTA, it sounds like the ex is jealous of the relationship your daughter is developing with your boyfriend, which is natural, and I get it. But he can't punish her or you for bonding with him. I wouldn't want photos of my ex hanging in the main areas of my house either. If you think he would be receptive to it, I would try to gently have a talk with him and tell him that your boyfriend isn't replacing him as her father just because she's bonding with him over shared interests. Yeah. Ex hasn't realized that the daughter can have healthy relationships with multiple adult male figures. Perhaps ex hasn't heard of uncles. AITA for proving my mom was being a hypocrite. My mom is very different with my sister, 16, and me, 15F. My sister is a DD and has curves and a butt, and I'm a freaking rectangle and look like a 10-year-old boy. Whenever my sister wears a v-neck or low-cut shirt or shorts that don't go down to her fingertips, our mom calls her a whore and trashy and says that she needs to start respecting herself and not keep trying to get boys' attention. I can wear whatever the hell I want and she won't give a damn. I bought a crop top that was barely longer than my bra and a skirt that barely covered my ass, and my mom complimented my outfit. Then my sister walked out in shorts and a t-shirt and my mom called her a slut. It's starting to get warm, so my sister and I started taking out our summer clothes a little early, and my mom has been on my sister's ass again. So my sister and I decided to go shopping and we bought the exact same shirt and shorts, flight my cropped pink short sleeve t-shirt and some regular black shorts, and agreed to wear them the next day to see what my mom would do. This morning we walked out of our rooms and my mom complimented my outfit and said that I look cute and suggested a makeup look that I do a lot to match it. Then she looked at my sister and called her a slut and said nobody's going to respect her if she keeps showing off her body. My sister pointed out that I was wearing the same outfit and my mom said that can't be possible. Hers is so much less trashy, so my sister and I pulled out the receipts that showed that they were the same shirt and shorts. My mom stormed off and won't talk to us, and our dad thinks she deserved it, but we should apologize to keep the peace, so we wanted to know if we were being assholes. NTA, let me get this straight. Your mom is trying to keep your sister safe from sexual harassment by sexually harassing her. Not to mention, this is a massive double standard. Your 16-year-old sister has a right to be comfortable, and if your mom wants to pretend that she's trying to communicate when she isn't, that sounds like mom's problem. And your dad's attitude is just appease the tyrant. WTF this. And calling her a slut is verbal abuse. Dear Almam is going to be so shocked Pikachu face when neither of her daughters want anything to do with her once they're adults. Imagine that. NTA, Your mom's attitude is disgusting, and well done for sticking up for your sister! Exclamation mark. And tell your dad that if you apologize you will never have peace. She will continue to believe she's right. NTA. Lots of comments about mom. Does anyone else want to join me in pointing out that dad is a shitty enabler of her behavior? If you apologize like you did something wrong, your mom isn't going to learn the lesson. Hold your ground, or be prepared for mom to feel vindicated, and then emboldened as a result.
You.